Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe on YouTube, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'll give some shout outs to the early birds. What's up, Steph Bell? Boston in the building. Bean City. What it do? Stan the man. I see Robert Ferguson, Lexington, Kentucky. Jay Sharp, Tennessee. Robert Ferguson III. That's what I'm talking about, legacy. Michael Simmons, Louisville, Kentucky, checking in. DeSoto, Texas. What's up, Dwayne Holmes? Felicia from Brooklyn. What it do? Ty Plea, NYC, going in. All right, fam. So we got this guy, this lawyer who has made a very bold claim. After Cassie filed her lawsuit, civil lawsuit against Diddy, the floodgates opened up for others to file lawsuits against Diddy who felt like they had been harmed in some way. And they filed these lawsuits, and these lawsuits have encouraged the FBI, the feds, to take a deeper look into Diddy's background. They raided his homes in Miami and Los Angeles last week. According to the feds, they are looking for evidence to support claims of sex trafficking, narcotics dealings, and other abuse. This lawyer, Nima Ramani, he's a West Coast trial lawyer. He hops on this show and he gives his assessment of the accusations that Diddy is facing and what he thinks might become of Diddy in the aftermath of these allegations. So he spoke matter-of-factly about the case. And I thought that it was a little off how he, instead of being objective, he was very matter-of-fact about it, right? He said that Cassie encouraged other victims to come forward. Let me put up a pic of dude right quick. Make sure I got that pic out there. Let's see. That's him right there. This is the guy who claims that, in his guesstimation, that Diddy may rot in prison. He's saying that he believes that Diddy may die in prison. The lawyer explained how he thought Diddy might die in prison because he's saying that there is no possible plea that can get him a slap on the wrist. We're talking sex trafficking, drug dealing, abuse, and all of these other type of claims. And he talked about how instead of him saying that Cassie encouraged other alleged victims to come forward, he said Cassie encouraged other victims to come forward. I want y'all to understand the use of this, fam, the way that these people talk, because when you don't say alleged and you just say victims, that's dog whistling. That's putting it out there, trying to speaking on this thing, speaking on that position as though it's fact, and it's not fact. If it was fact, I think that if the FBI would have an arrest by now, at least by now. Some people are saying, well, the FBI checked his houses and they didn't find anything, and we don't know what the FBI found. See? We don't know if they found something or they didn't. But I will tell you this, fam, that I do know a little bit about how the FBI operate. I know how the feds operate. And for the feds to go into Diddy's crib, both of his homes, to do a simultaneous raid by air, sea, but water, and land, and film it, put it all out there. They obviously believe they got something that could justify them doing that, because otherwise, people will make fun of it. And the FBI, the feds, they don't like being made fun of. They like to let people know that when they come, you're dealing with the real deal. But having said that, it's funny to me how these so-called experts, this guy's a lawyer, right? It seemed like anybody with a suit on is a lawyer these days. But they'll put these guys on these TV shows, and these guys starts talking, and the way they talk oftentimes will sway public opinion. And they usually don't speak in a way that's objective. They usually speak in a way to try to sway public opinion. But I'm smarter than that. I'm not saying Diddy is guilty or innocent. I'm saying that the jury is still out. What say you? Go into the comments. Ye says, I'm a lawyer when I wear my suits. Miss Jazzy is in the building. What up, Miss Jazzy? Loretta Brock says only black pastors are getting caught. Gwen believes they will get him on one thing to justify the other. Mike Nice, what it do? Ruth Tahada. What's up, Ruth? Al Banger. What's up, Al? Jessica Olsen. And I'm going to tell you something else, fam. Like I said, I got to keep reiterating, because, some people start watching the live at different times. So this is why I got to keep on reiterating. I'm not trying to make no excuses for Diddy. I ain't saying I'm on his side. I ain't saying I'm against him. But a lot of times, these people, these so-called experts, a lot of these lawyers, a lot of these bloggers, so-called analysts, podcast hosts, They be jealous, family. They jealous. They be jealous of the person who they're covering. So obviously their coverage is going to be biased. That's right. I said it. A lot of them just jealous. A lot of them be jealous of the person that they're covering. They don't like the idea that they don't care nothing about the victims, man. Let's keep it a buck. You know, they don't care anything about alleged victims. If they did, they wouldn't just be talking about it when it go down. They would have some type of, they would be doing something in their daily life to support victims of sexual assault, right or wrong. If they really cared, right? They would have some type of history, some type of record, some type of documentation where they sponsored a child or something, or they, championed some type of cause, an initiative, to thwart that type of behavior, to support the victims, right? And we know America really don't care about victims of sexual assault, because if they did, you wouldn't have 90% of the rape kits in America going untested. Did you hear what I said? 90% of rape cases in America are sitting in evidence rooms all over America untested. Now, does that sound like a country that's serious about protecting victims of sexual assault? Let's call a buck. Let's call a strike and a ball a ball. Let's just say if Diddy was guilty of what he's being accused of, there are entire teams of people out there who are snatching people off the streets daily. This is what they do. This is what they do for a living. They don't make no music. They don't do no dancing. They ain't toasting at brunches. They out there snatching human beings off the streets. They're holding human beings hostage. They're killing human beings. It's people out there that's in the business of snatching organs from living people against their will. Where the big show at for them? What, like, and where's the outrage? Where is the big stories? I ain't seen it yet. To this day, with all of the people that we know that get snatched up, all of the children that we know come up missing, I ain't seen nobody talking about it like they're talking about this Diddy case. Why? Because he's a celebrity? Because he's a black celebrity? Huh? We know this stuff been going on for a long time, fam. We know that we got proof. We seen it in real time. Major celebrities marrying 14-year-old girls, kissing 15-year-old boys. Demi Moore. By the way, that's why my Instagram is not up right now. I shared a video of Demi Moore kissing a 15-year-old boy. Next thing I know, my account suspended. Now, how is it that my account gets suspended for sharing a video of a 19-year-old kissing a 15-year-old illegally? Yet, so the act of me sharing the video is wrong, but the act itself is not wrong. Because Demi Moore ain't faced no consequences at all. She ain't went to jail. She ain't had no cuffs. She ain't been asked no questions or nothing. Her name has not been smeared all over the media. We got real proof. We got an actual video of her doing this. And where is the bloggers? Where's the media? Ain't no kind of big story. That should have been a big. Imagine if you had a video of Puffy kissing a 15-year-old and he was 19 or 20 or 30 or 40. Imagine the double standards in this country is part of the reason why it is very difficult to have justice and equality, because there's too many variables that will determine whether you get punished or not for a crime, whether you get persecuted or not for an allegation. Too many variables. What's your race? What's your gender? Sexual orientation? How much money you got? How much money you don't have? Where do you live? Who you connected to? Nepotism, you know what I mean? What's your religion? Too many variables. Michael Larry, what up? Real talk, magic wheel of crypto, another one-man RICO. How you get a RICO with one person going to jail? A one-man RICO. Only one person go to jail. Got a RICO case. Ain't number one person being pursued. One person go to jail. Come on, family. What's up, Erica? Ruth Tahada. Now, Ruth, you know, like, are you listening to what I just said? Because, see, I saw your comment about 10 minutes ago. So you've been listening, and I already clarified that I'm not for Puffy or against Puffy. I'm just stating the facts. I'm covering the story. So I already told you that. I mean, like, what else I got to do to spell it out for you? You want me to write it down and put up a sign or something? Y'all, when y'all hear people speaking objectively, y'all just automatically believe that if somebody ain't, look, I'm reporting news, right? Now, when people report the news, they're supposed to be objective, right? You know, and I ain't gonna lie, I ain't always objective, but I am objective here. So y'all like to, y'all like to complain about somebody being one-sided or whatever. And then when somebody is objective, if somebody is not just attacking somebody that's been accused of something, y'all automatically believe that that person is trying to defend the person. You know, that same thing that happened to Puff, or Puff being accused of something, could happen to you. Even if you haven't done anything. You know, if whether you did or didn't, you could still be accused of something and have to defend yourself. Now, some of y'all out there, y'all perfect, so y'all can't nothing happen to y'all because y'all perfect. But for the rest of us, I'm sure somebody that been lied on. Somebody listening to what I'm saying right now that been lied on before. I'm not down with none of the shenanigans that Puffy been accused of. I'm not down with none of it. I ain't never been to one of the parties, none of that. Never wanted to go to one of the parties. Not once. I don't rock like that. I hear certain things or whatever, and whether they true or not, if I hear enough and I don't really know the person, then I'm gonna make a decision to distance myself. But I do recognize that Puffy is a black man in America, And whether he did something or not, he's still going to be held to a high standard. That's my point. Whether he did something or not, he's still going to be held to a high standard. Either way. It's just like with the R. Kelly case. You had people saying, you had some people that would say, well, I'm a person to tell you straight out, look, I'm not for or against R. Kelly. I'm just stating the facts that he's being railroaded. What they're trying to accuse him of is not true. They're trying to accuse him of operating an organized crime ring. Well, how is he organizing how is he operating or being the head of an organized crime ring and he's the only one going to jail? That's common sense. Y'all don't want people to ask those questions? Or you just want to make sure they don't ask the questions as long as you don't like a person. If you don't like them, then don't ask those type of questions. But if you like them, you can ask those type of questions. Get out of here with all that, man. I ain't trying to hear all that. A lot of people looked at the R. Kelly case. Well, get him. It's time for him to go. Get him. And if you question, okay, you want to get R. Kelly? Okay, is R. Kelly guilty? You think he guilty? Okay. If R. Kelly guilty, then those parents are guilty. How about that? Oh, you duped down with R. Kelly. Oh, you a child molester promoter. You supporting pedophile. Y'all don't want nobody else to be held accountable. If y'all like somebody or y'all don't like somebody, if somebody question why is this person right here not being prosecuted or persecuted? Nah, man, you supporting you purporting a pedophile. Just don't use any type of other judgment, huh? Don't try to be objective. Don't try to show the other side of anything. Just go with the flow. That ain't me. You ain't getting that out of me. So you can say what you want to say. I'm questioning Bill Cosby. Y'all know damn well if somebody went and tried to get one of your loved ones on something that they claim they did 30, 40 years ago, if it was your granddaddy, your daddy, and some group of women came and your daddy was happily married and doing his thing and living out his golden years, and at the twilight of his life, and here comes some women talking about something happened 30, 40 years ago, you know damn well y'all will be like, man, they tripping. Get out of here with all of that, man. You wouldn't believe none of it. And if you did believe it, you'd be saying, well, why they didn't come forward before? Why now? You know damn well you be fighting for your granddaddy, your daddy. You be fighting like hell to make sure that they didn't go to jail. But because it's black man, it's Bill Cosby, this media can set things up in a certain way to make the brother the villain. And then we just pile it on. We start laughing and joking and kicking it and just everything funny and get him. Not really understanding that it's a money grab. It's just a money grab. It's just a money grab. These people don't care about you like that. That's what I understand. They don't care about me like that. They don't care about my loved ones like that. They don't care about women like that. It's just they got a problem with this dude for whatever reason. He rubbed somebody the wrong way. They got a problem with him. They want to get him. And so they come after him. And they shape the narrative and they use the media to help them do it. That's why it's good to have a balance. That's why it's good for us to have our own media, so we can object to the nonsense. I don't know if Bill did or didn't, but 30, 40 years later, 30, 40 years, no evidence whatsoever. He say, she say, and you put somebody in prison, that don't rub you the wrong way? Then take off all of his work off of TV with all of those other co-stars on the show. You know, if those co-stars wasn't black, that show would still be running. It would have never been taken off the air. But you're going to get Bill Cosby, you're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So take all his shows off the air and then harm those other people's careers and their financial careers in the process. Now they can't get no money. We're talking hundreds of people. It's not just the actors and the actresses. It's also the people that were behind the scenes that worked on those shows, who names you see in the credits. So just destroy all those people's lives too, destroy their careers too. They wouldn't have done that if Bill Cosby wasn't black. And you know it. Didn't Elvis marry some 16-year-old chick? Didn't he meet Priscilla when she was like 15, 16 or something? Hold on, let me verify. How old was Elvis when he met Priscilla? Elvis was 24 and Priscilla was 14 years old. Not once have anybody, any of these major outlets, any new major news outlet or personality said, let's get Elvis. Let's take Elvis's music off the shelves. Let's take it off of Spotify and iTunes. Not once. But y'all just be really just quick to help them pile it on your own people. Quick to help them. I ain't helping them. I'm not helping them. I'll report the facts, but I ain't helping them. I'm not helping them. I'm going to report the facts. I'm not going to sway it. I'm not swaying. Joyfully me, lamb, wisdom, CKR, checker, I guess, wisdom checker. I see it's a lot of new people in here that's using all caps. Please turn off your cap. Please turn off your cap button. I do not read cap comments. I do not read all cap comments. Felicia, who was that, Rainey? What it do? Jeff Williams. And listen, fam, if Puff is proven to be the predator they say he is, then he get what he get. Is that enough for y'all? Is that clear enough for y'all that I'm not trying to ride for Puffy? Is that clear enough for y'all? If Puffy is proven to be the predator that they are claiming he is, then he get what he get. Everybody got to be held accountable for their actions. Now, what I want to see y'all do is have that same energy for those other people. That's what I want to see. I want to see that same energy. Show me some consistency. Because I ain't seen none of y'all get as excited and comment and be so vehemently against any of these other dudes that are not black when they've been accused of stuff, including Weinstein and Epstein and all the other Steens. I ain't heard none of y'all go as hard on them as I've heard y'all going on Puffy. Now, what does that say about you? I will tell you this, when it's the other side, when it's other people's people going through it, they report the facts and they stick to, and they just report the facts and they're gone. They don't be going in all diabolical. They just report the facts and they keep it moving. And they don't report the facts too long. They report it and then they gone. Even mass murderers, when they people mass murder, they report the facts. They catch the person and then voila, all the stories disappear. The moment they catch them and they tell us who they are, and then after that, they start talking about the victims. And then after that, they stop talking about the victims. And I'm talking about quickly. We're talking like within a matter of a couple of weeks or so. They stop talking about the shooter. They stop talking about the victims because the victims will remind you of the shooter. Why do they do this? Because they don't want you having the thought that they have people within their race who are devils. Because they know if they start reporting this stuff and going hard on it, there are going to be some people that's going to be out there typing, saying things about their people. They're going to like, no, we ain't going to do that. We'll report it, and that's a bad thing that happened. And they're going to throw a little mental health in there. And then they're going to be done with it. And they're going to bury the story. And the next time you hear about that person, going to either be when they get attacked in prison, when they try to appeal, or when they kill them, or they die in prison. That's it. On to the next. But one of ours get caught up, we just be ha 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 he ha 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 ha. Look at him all day, every day. Just get him. It's about time. It's about time. You don't hear none of that from them people. You don't hear none of that. It's about time. Oh, he finally got him. He getting what he deserved, and you don't hear none of that. And look, I'll be on those other sites. I'll be checking them out. I'll be reading what they're saying. I'm telling you, family, I read it. I'll be listening. I'm reading a whole lot of stuff. I'm on those other sites all the time. You know what they do? They'll talk about the facts of the case. Just simple facts. No emotions. No name calling, know that this person is evil, and they'll say stuff like, like let's say one of their people killed 50 people. You know what they'll go in the comments, instead of calling that person the devil and all that kind of stuff, and he's evil, they need to put him behind bars, hide him forever. They don't say stuff like that. You know what they say? May God be with everybody. Mental health is a serious thing. We need more protection for our children. Social services have failed us. I'm praying for all involved. That's the type of stuff they say. Believe you, baby, I know. I'll be checking it out. Sometimes I already know how they're going to respond. But sometimes I go over and just listen anyway. I read anyway, just to see, just to get that. you know, to get that affirmation, and boom, never fails. But us, we just kicking them while they down, kicking them, stomping them, like kicking, stomping, just, you know. When the anytime one of these cops kills somebody black or whatever, they never go in on the cop. Never. I don't care how that person ended up getting killed. I don't care if they were sitting in their car, they were sitting on their couch at home. I don't care if the person was on their knees with their hands up, begging, please don't shoot me, please. They don't. Now, obviously, I'm talking about majority. There's always exceptions to the rule. There always are some white people who will speak out and say that's messed up or whatever. But I'm talking about when you go to these pro this website, pro that, man, they be on code. They be on code. When Kyle Rittenhouse killed those people, they were talking about how they talked about everything but Kyle Rittenhouse being the devil. Nothing but excuses. Excuses. No accountability. Pivoting, just talking about everything but holding him accountable. They would even say bad things about his mother or anything. I would say this, fam. I would say this, family. If you are the type of person who praise other groups about how they move and how they're on code and how they wouldn't do certain things, model your behavior after them. And now you're on code. Just model your behavior after them. If you're enamored by their success, how they move, how they be on code, just do the same thing. And I submit to you that the way a lot of us are moving, we ain't doing the same thing in this Puffy case. Again, I ain't saying I'm with Puffy, but I ain't against him either. Unless he's proven to be a predator. I got to see some proof. You can't just tell me this happened. I got to see the proof. Show me some proof. And then, okay, he got to go. I'm with that. I ain't got no problem with that. I believe everybody should be held accountable for their actions. So I ain't got no problem with that. If he's proven to be the predator that people say he is. And just because somebody is found guilty don't mean they're proven. Because we know people can be railroaded. So show me the proof. I need evidence. Show me the evidence. And if it add up, okay. All right, man, he got to go. But even if he got to go, I'm still not going to rub it in. I'm not going to rub it in. I'm going to do just how they do. I'm going to be right on code, and I'm just going to state the facts, and then I'm going to move on. Other groups don't. That's a lie. That's a lie. Hold on. See, that go that another misconception. Other groups protect their women and young girls. That's a lie. That is a lie, Jay. That is a lie. Other groups don't protect their women and young girls. Other groups, women and young girls are being snatched off the streets in record numbers, in greater numbers than black women and girls. So that is a lie. There's other groups, women and girls are getting beat up every day by their boyfriends and husbands. Every day. They're being sexually assaulted on the jobs too. These football players, a whole lot of these other football players be putting hands on their women too. You just don't hear about it. A lot of y'all be thinking, man, y'all be thinking that black people have a lock on evil behavior. Got a lock on violence, a lock on sexual assault and rape, and you don't not understanding that this is a social construct. America has always painted black people as the villain. Even when we were in slavery, when they were enslaving us, they still painted us as the villains. Even when we were enslaved, we were still painted as the villains. Y'all don't see that? Now, why would America go out of its way? Why would the American press and the government be in cahoots to destroy the black image? Why? Why would they do that? If they can make us look bad, they can justify their mistreatment. Simple. Simple. Anytime America have a problem with a foreign dictator or a foreign leader, I immediately start thinking, let me look into this, man, because this guy's probably a good guy. What they did to Gaddafi was cold-blooded. Whatever Gaddafi was, on the bad side was nothing compared to what every single U.S. president has been. And ain't none of them been executed. Well, a couple of them. But I'm talking about by the government. Well, yeah, a couple of them. But y'all know what I'm talking about. When they went after Gaddafi, a lot of people were just blindly like, well, America say that's our enemy. That's our enemy. Gaddafi was a friend to the black race. He was a friend to black people. He was a great supporter and lover of black people who turned their back on him when the government identified him as the villain, as an enemy. Gaddafi was one of our greatest international supporters, and they killed him. And many black people cheered right along with the rest of America, thinking that we're safer now that he's gone. Somebody who would say Gaddafi is the worst would be one of the same people that would say Trump is the best. This is why they have no credibility. You can't trust these people. You can't trust them. Trump is an evil, old, stinky looking man. Nobody really likes him. All of his friends are paid for. They bought and paid for. If it wasn't for his money, he wouldn't get no honey. He probably wouldn't even have no kids because he couldn't get no action. Think about it, family. What woman gonna look at Trump and say, I'd love to have children from him. Take the money away. What woman is gonna look at him? What kind of game y'all think Trump got? Let's take the money out. What he gonna say to a woman at a party? We gonna walk up to the party. Hey, I'm Donald. Get your weak ass from by me. Get your stinky bitch ass from by. That's how the women handle Trump. Get your bitch ass. Get your weak ass. Girl, he trying to talk to me, old funny looking ass mother. Ain't got no game. Imagine him trying to get in. Imagine a fight about to break out in Trump that. No, take the money out. Take the money out. Imagine a fight about to break out. Can you imagine Trump throwing a punch? Trump gonna run. He's gonna run. Then after the fight, he'd be the main one talking about, man, wait. Man, I was trying to get around. Every time I tried to get around to punch him, they kept pushing me back. That's the type of, y'all know that's the type of stuff Trump would do. Every time I tried to come around, I was trying to get around them, man. They kept pushing me back. Man, I ain't see you, man. I ain't see you. Now, I was there. You know, I was trying to get around him. He one of those types. ain't gonna push a duck in the pond. If he do, he gonna jump in and save it. Got me a troll. Boom. I like when I block them and they look up and they trying to hit the refresh button, like, and then they finally hit him. He blocked me. Anybody else? Hey man, we can agree to disagree. We ain't got to agree, but you can't come on here. You can't come to my platform and disrespect me. You can go somewhere else and say what you want to say. I ain't tripping. You know, as long as I don't hear you, I don't see you, I don't see you in traffic, you good. As long as I don't see you in traffic, you good. But you're not coming to my platform and disrespect me. That ain't gonna happen. You got to go. I'm gonna get you up out of here. Disrespect will not be tolerated. Mike Dan, what up? Yeah, they get real hot when you start talking about their daddy. You start talking about Daddy Trump. I really do believe a lot of these dudes who like Trump, they'll suck Trump up if they had a chance. Because they talk about Trump like a lover. They really be talking about Trump like they just, like what has he really done? Like, I mean, like, what makes him he's not particularly talented in anything but getting slow people to believe what he said, to believe his lies. That's it. He didn't do his own, he didn't take his own test according to his own sister. She took his test for him. He's ran multiple companies into bankruptcy. He stiffed a bunch of college kids on their tuition. He burns every bridge that he crosses. He pays for sex. What a horrible human being. As a man, I would actually feel less than a man. I got a little paper. And I could just, hey, babe, I can do the Trump thing. But I would feel less than a man if the only way I could get a woman is I got to leave with my wallet. That would make me feel like less of a person. It ain't about being a man. It's just a person as a human being. I would feel less than a man. Like I would feel less than a person. I got too much pride to be doing that, man. You know, I know money moves things, and money is a good thing to have. That's a good tool. That's a good resource. You got to have money. You got to have money. You got to have paper in this world. I got that. But to leave with your wallet, you can't get no action unless you buying her something. Yeah, some of these dudes, I think they'll suck Trump up, eat them all from the back if they had a chance. I know they would. I don't care which. I know they would, because I don't see no other reason why they be riding this jock the way they do. Angela, don't come on my platform trying to tell me what to stick to. I move around like I move around. I talk about what I want to talk about. If you don't like it, switch channels. What's up, Demetrius Rousseau? What it do? Adams. Iceberg. What up? What's up, Gail Chung? Ruth Robinson, what's up? Adam Charleston. What's up, Adam Charleston? Charlton, not Stun, but Charlton. Midget Mike, Houston in the building. What it do? Adrian, what's up, Adrian Kyle? Dana Gray, what up? Ray Herrera. Leroy. I see Justin Bean, Brooklyn in the building. What it do? So let's go back to this guy for a moment, fam. Let's go back to this lawyer. This lawyer who made claims that that Diddy may end up dying in prison. Nima Ramani is his name. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. Nima Ramani. He's a West Coast trial lawyer. And he went on a show to say that since Cassie filed her civil lawsuit against Diddy, that other victims have come forward, and it looks really bad for Diddy. What stood out is that he said other victims have come forward instead of saying other alleged victims have come forward, because he don't really know who's a victim or who's lying. We family, it ain't like we don't see people lying all the time. And while a lot of people could be telling the truth, there could be several people telling the truth about Diddy. There could also be a liar in there somewhere, right? I find it hard to believe that if somebody gets accused of something, let's say somebody accused them of something and it's a way to get some money. It's some money at the end of the rainbow, right? It's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And you have several people accusing somebody of something. I find it hard to believe that it's not going to be one liar in there. Not one person going to lie. With all of the people in this country that be lying all the time and making up stuff and sending people to jail based on lies. With all of the people that will fake being harmed so they can collect a check. I find it hard to believe that nobody is exaggerating or just flat out lying. Even if, like I say, even if you have 20 people who are telling the truth, I think that at least that 21st person, you got at least one if you got 20 people accusing somebody of something, at least one of them might be lying. Especially if there's an opportunity to get some money after the person is persecuted or prosecuted. There's an opportunity to get some money. It's going to be at least one liar in there. You know what? That's a good thing to check out. Let me see what the research says here. Okay. I got something here. I'm interested to know the percentage of people that lie under oath. That's what I want to know. Here we go. 96% of Americans admit to lying. That's number one. Not under oath, but just lying overall. 96% of Americans admit to lying. Let's see if we can narrow that research. Let's see. Here's an article from the Wall Street Journal from back in 1998. When it comes to truth and justice, the American way can involve some pretty big lies. A case in point, Esther Rodriguez versus Mars Inc., maker of candy bars. Ms. Rodriguez, a custodial worker at a Snickers plant in Chicago, filed a federal lawsuit in 1996 against Mars alleging sexual harassment. During the proceedings, Mars' lawyer asked her how she had spent her time during certain intervals of her career. Looks like they want me to buy. Looks like they want me to pay to check out the rest of the article. That's not that important. So we know she lied. Okay. Let's see. Here's a 21 article from The Voice, Utah. Let's see. What is the percentage? Okay, here's an article that says at least 50% of people lie under oath. What do y'all think about that, family? At least 50% of people lie under oath. So that's what that underscores the point that I was making a few minutes ago about how even if somebody is found guilty, does not necessarily mean that they are guilty of a crime. It just means that they were found guilty by a jury or a judge. It just means that they were found guilty. Does not necessarily mean that they are guilty, because we know that about 50% of people lie under oath. And we also know that prosecutors suppress evidence all the time. And prosecutors also lie all the time. We've seen that in many, many cases over the years where people have been exonerated. So that's why I said, show me the proof. I need to see some proof. That's right. 50%. So really, what we're saying here, fam, is that we don't know who telling the truth. When somebody's sitting there talking, you don't know if somebody is lying or not, even if, whether they be a prosecution witness or a defense witness. We don't know who lying. You don't know. So all you can do is just go like, I believe him. I believe him. Nah, he lying. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. It's all come down to what we believe. And beliefs are not facts. So when it comes to Puffy, a lot of people believe that Puffy did some of the things that he's been accused of doing. But beliefs are not facts. So y'all want to convict the man on beliefs or facts? Y'all want to destroy the man's career, destroy his life, take him away from his family, put him in jail based on your beliefs, or you want to do this based on facts? Y'all gonna get mad at me for saying that? Y'all really mad at me for saying that? Boy, we in trouble. We in trouble. Because if they can do that to Diddy, they can do that to us. They can do that to everybody else. And Diddy is a dude sitting on $1 billion. If they can do that to him, they can do it to everybody else. Jay Jan, what up? What's up, Cat? Ling Ling says the court takes facts. That's not true. The court takes lies all the time. That's what you say, you put up liars on the stand all the time. People lie. They get on the stand and people lie all the time. And it goes into the court records. And that's why you have a jury to determine who they believe and who they don't believe. Or you have a judge who determines who he believes and who he don't believe, or better yet, who he wants to convict and who he don't want to convict. Because sometimes the jury and the judge know that somebody is lying, but they'll take their word anyway for the sake of getting the conviction or letting that person off the hook. The court is filled with dishonest people. It's filled with dishonest people. From the judge to the jury to the clerks, Yeah. It's filled. Officers of the court is filled with dishonest people. Lawyers and prosecutors, just dishonest people. Boom. Yeah. What's up, Sean Lunatic? Yeah, I just blocked somebody who was trying to be funny, talking about I went to a Diddy party after the boxing match on the East Coast. And let me tell y'all something about me, family. I know a lot of y'all y'all don't really know me. Some of y'all just kind of like here because you saw that I was live and you just jumped in and you really don't know who I am. You don't know how I rock. You don't know how I get down. You don't know nothing about me. But let me tell you something about me. If I had went to a Diddy party, I tell you I went to a Diddy party because guess what? If I had went to one, I would not have participated in any of this stuff that people are saying accusing him of. I don't rock like that. I don't get down like that. It's easy to go to a party anywhere and see somebody doing something that's inappropriate or something that you don't agree with, and you see it and you go like, and you remove yourself from the situation. So I've been to a few parties where I have removed myself from the situation, but I ain't never been to a Diddy party. But if I had, I'd tell you because I ain't got nothing to hide. You understand what I'm saying? My life really is an open book. And I'm gonna tell you something else too, family. Anybody who have been to a Diddy party, if you've heard the rumors, which I have, if you heard the rumors, what go on at these parties, that these consensual rumors, now this is not forced stuff. I'm not talking about people, because I ain't heard stuff, but I ain't never heard no rumors of him forcing nobody to do anything. But I have heard rumors how they get down with doing freaky shit. I've heard about all of that. But here's the deal. Just like with anything, people know who to try and who not. They know who to try and who not. You know who to let into the club and who not to let into the club, or who to bring around. Sometimes people bring you around just to see what you're going to do. And then sometimes you go to parties and you really don't know what to expect at a party. You just at the party because, you riding with somebody, you rolling with somebody. Y'all end up at a party. And then all of a sudden, something start going on. People start getting freaky or whatever. Or somebody start, just dumping a whole kilo or pound of cocaine on the table. People just start lying, just sniff, like. When you see that, all right, man, yeah. Yo, man, we finna go to this. This bath massage relaxer for men club. The hell, bath man. First of all, that don't sound right. But for men, bath relaxing. So what's going on? What's it? Oh man, it ain't nothing, man. We just be a bunch of dudes, and we just be in there talking, man. We just be talking about business, man. Ain't nothing, man. Like, man, it's all kind, man. Such be there, they be there. Woo woo. Yeah, all right, okay. But it's for men, like That you hear something like that as a man, you're supposed to ask questions. So what's it like though? Like is men walking? You talking about men walking around like around each other naked or with towel? What we doing? No, man. You can wear your towel or you ain't got to wear your towel. Oh, man, get your ass up out of here, man. You don't get. They'll try you. They know who to try and who not to try. I ain't never been tried in that regard. Because speed dudes know who to try and who not. But when they try and a dude walk into that situation, they already know. If you walk in that room, they got you. You walk into that building, you already in. You agreeing because it's certain things you already know what they expect. So if you walk in there, you already saying, I'm down. Gotcha. Don't walk in the room. The bathhouse. Yeah, man. Well, what's the name of it? It's called the underground tunnel. It's called the Black Tunnel, the Big Black Tunnel. Bathhouse for men. The Big Black Tunnel. Bathhouse for men. Hey, get your ass from around here with all that, man. And these dudes that go in these rooms, fam, they not victims. They not victims. I don't care what y'all say about me. They not victims. You go in a room like that, you go to a place like that, you know what to expect. You know what it is. It go down, and now you acting like a victim because things didn't go like you wanted to go. You ain't mad that happened. You mad because you ain't get those favors and that money that you were supposed to get. See, that's what it be happening, fam. A lot of these people get mad because they ain't get that money they were supposed to get. That's what it come down to. That right there. So that's why when it comes to life in general, if you don't know what you're gonna do for money, you better know what you won't do for money. You better know if you don't know what you will do for money, you better know what you won't do for money. Going into the entertainment industry, I already knew what I was not going to do for money. Because if you don't know what you won't do, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know what you won't do, you might find yourself doing all kinds of, you might find yourself doing something a little strange for a piece of change. So I already knew going in. I heard all the rumors. So I don't rock like that. So it don't matter what's going on. I'm not selling my soul. My soul is not for sale. Yeah, y'all want this, that, and the third. Well, you already know I ain't doing that. So, I don't even get approached for stuff like that. You don't even come around me with nothing like that. I mean, it even approach me with something like that. It might take a whole week for the doctors to operate and get my foot out your ass. It may take an entire week to operate, to safely remove my feet out your ass. I don't rock like that. What's up, Crypto Chad? Sister Soul. Anthony Morris, what's up? Gregory Dawson. Tommy Number. African Pride, what's up? What's up, Lance Christopher? The original Princess Bronze. What it do? Buddha the MC, what's up? What's up, Taj? Sue Robertson, my bad. What's up, Merlin? Okay, that's great for you. What about people who are getting approached and victimized at these Hedonics parties? I don't know nothing about that. I don't know anything about it. But I would say this: if people are going to these parties and being abused, and people know that this is happening, you know it's happening. Do you go to them? Do you go to those parties? Stop going to those parties. That would be a good start. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to be insensitive here, but I'm just speaking facts, and it's common sense. If you know people are going to parties and being abused, stop going to those parties. I'm not saying, and I'm not excusing the behavior. Anybody abusing anybody should be held accountable. Anybody abusing anybody should be held accountable for their actions. But everybody should be held accountable for their actions. In addition, everybody should be held accountable for their actions. So if you know people are being abused at these parties, you kind of know what to expect. Why are you going? Why are you going? If I know that it's a damn fire, this is a ball of fire right here in front of me, and I stick my damn hand in that ball of fire, and my hand get burned, am I going to blame myself, or do I blame the person who started the fire? Which one make more sense? Maybe that's not the best example, but there's some accountability. There is actually more accountability on my side. I do believe in that regard. But let's go. Okay. Here's one. We know how the KKK get down. We know the KKK, they don't like black people. If I go my ass to a KKK party and bust up the KKK party, I walk into a Klan meeting. Look at all you hoodie motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. You and Donald Trump. All y'all kiss my black ass. What's going to be the first reaction? They're going to look around at each other like, is this my... Let's get him, Earl. Common sense tell me not to go to the damn Klan meeting in the first place, not to walk in there in the first place. Now, do they get to beat me up and kill me and harm me just because I walked inside of their building? No, legally, they're not supposed to. Legally, they don't have a right to kill me. But common sense tell me, don't walk your ass inside that Klan meeting, man. You know what go on in there. Now, does that make sense? If I go to a Klan meeting, family, I'm going for one reason, to air it out. So for those who are going to these so-called meetings where these type of things take place, what is that one reason they're going for? Why are they going? Angela Nicoletti. Diddy parties are notorious. Diddy parties are notorious for being fun, but also for salacious activities that happens. We've all heard about it. So if you heard, why would you go and then complain about somehow being victimized? Why would you walk into that situation? Now, would common sense tell you that if somebody went to a Diddy party and they started complaining about being controlled or subjected to something against their will, wouldn't you be a little suspicious? Nah, I don't believe you. You know what it is. You know what it was. You went. Sound like to me, things didn't go like you really wanted them to go. You ain't get your money. So now you're mad. Now you're complaining. So here's what I think is going to happen with Diddy family. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think there will be charges brought against Diddy, federal charges. This is not wishing bad on him. This is just me giving my opinion as a human being, having an opinion, just like everybody else got an opinion. I think that they will bring charges because the feds like to get a return on their investment, and they've used a lot of resources to expose their case against Diddy, right? To put it on Front Street. They came, I don't think I ever seen the feds come by air, water, and land simultaneously. They hit his Miami home up by air, water, and land. Some tells me that they want an investment. They want a return on that investment. They don't like using up their resources like that. I do believe that there will be an arrest this week. And if it goes to trial, which it's got to go to trial because these type of charges does not warrant a slap on the wrist. This is not a slap on the wrist type of case here. I'm talking about the type of charges, the things that he's been accused of, does not warrant a slap on the wrist. So I see this going to trial, and I see Diddy winning. Because you're not going to be able to beat Diddy without concrete evidence. He say, she say ain't going to get it. He say, she say is not going to get it. They're going to need some concrete evidence, something substantial, like video, like some video showing something illegal actually happening. Not just somebody doing something, because, you know, people do things all the time, you know, willfully. They're going to have some concrete evidence. And I don't even think audio evidence is going to work. They're going to need some actual video. And just pointing them fingers, getting on that stand and just pointing like the Jackson 5 ain't going to get it. That ain't going to get it. They're going to need some real evidence. And I don't think they got it. I don't think they got it. The little Rod dude said he got some video, whatever. You really think he got some video of actually being abused? We'll see, though. We will see. If they had something heavy on Diddy, they would have exposed it by now. So maybe they have enough to search his house and all of that, but not enough to be comfortable with a conviction. That's the part what I don't think they have. I don't think they have evidence that is suffice to warrant a conviction. Neil said, I bet he's scared. Shit, who wouldn't be scared, bro? It's the United States of America against you. Think about that. Think about seeing your name on a document that reads United States of America. United States of America versus Neil. Would you be a little scared? Perhaps intimidated? little weary. That's a hell of a thing to see. You talking about all 300 something million people in one of the world's most powerful countries against you. The United States of America and all of its power, all of its resources, all of its money, all of its people against you. That wouldn't worry you a little bit? Well, I said one of the most powerful because China is still out there. And I'm not certain if the United States is more powerful than China. Well, let me back up. I'm not certain that the United States is more powerful than China military-wise. Influential, the United States is absolutely more influential than China. The United States is more influential than China. It has more global impact than China does in terms of influence. Miss Jazzy. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Hey, sister soul, sister soul. What's up, Tim? Ice Gerb say U.S. got the strongest military in the world. How do you know that? We don't know that. We know that China has a strong military, but you don't know how strong that military is. You don't know. You don't know what them people over there doing? Because the U.S. can't go over there snooping around and just seeing everything China. You only see what China show you. So you only know what the U.S. shows you. One thing about it, if a physical war ever kicked off, America would lose hands down. First of all, China military is probably about what is like 3 times larger than America's military. It's like, and then them dudes be over there, they be combat ready. They be like, you know, like even the China elementary students in middle school, those college kids, the middle school kids and high school kids, if they turn those kids loose on our kids, it's over. Our kids be sitting down, our kids don't hardly even, physical ed is an elective over here. Over there, it's a requirement. Man, those kids be doing karate and all kinds of stuff when they go to school. Those kids over there spend about 2-3 hours doing physical physical exercises and stuff. Man, them kids are destroy kids. They turn those little kids loose over here, it's over. We ain't gonna have no more kids left. we, we got a few really youngsters out here who can really, really fight, But those are kids who actually are in programs, that are extracurricular programs. In China, it's a requirement. All kids must have physical training, training in combat. They'll destroy kids, man. They'll wipe out our whole generation. We won't have no more kids. You turn them little kids loose, you put their side, you line up all China kids. You just find the biggest open space you can find and line up all China kids and put the USA kids on the other side. Man, the fight would be over in like 5 minutes. They'd kill all our kids, man. Our kids would be done. Yeah, boom, 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 just hitting them with everything. The kids would be, because our kids, we got a lot of soft kids anyway, because all that soft parenting we be doing. So most of our kids, and they ain't gonna be able to pick up no gun. So our 15-year-olds and stuff, they're not gonna be able to pick up a gun. They're gonna get hit. They're gonna, pow! They're gonna, where my gun? I ain't bring my gun. Boom, 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 boom. They're gonna try to swing up. Bam! Just everything just doop, 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 doop. They're gonna get beat up fast. They ain't gonna have no fight. They don't know how to fight. And then if you take it to the next level, and if it was about some guns, they'll lose that battle too, because those kids have training, like real combat training. They be using them things for real. They know how to handle them, disassemble them, put them together. Man, them kids is on a different level when it comes to combat training. Our kids be pulling out guns and shooting like this. Killing everybody but the person they shooting at. Ain't no way we'll win against China, man, if it went down. No way possible. Yeah. Our kids, yeah. Our kids, fight starter, our kids be pulling out cell phones and tablets, chunking them at them. Leave me alone, mommy, mommy. We got boys that call their mothers mommy, still call their mom. We got boys, teenage boys who still call their mothers mommy. We ain't gonna win. Mommy. Lorraine, what's up, Lorraine? Trade out. Some trade out. Ice Gerb said, how we win before? Those nukes. But guess what? China got nukes too. They got nukes now. China got nukes. Russia got nukes. North Korea got nukes. It ain't one-sided. Vivian Mallory, what up? Yeah, that's a good point. Didn't see, who is that, Taylor? Nubia says, you didn't see Too many fat kids when I was growing up, not so much today. True story. When I was growing up, that was probably one fat kid. Probably had 2, 3 fat kids in the whole class. I'm talking about not class, but up to graduating class. Now, fat kid, fat kid, fat kid. Fit, 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 fat, fit, fat, 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 fit, fat, fit, fat, fit, fat, fit, fat, 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 fit, fit, fit. They ain't ready. We ain't ready. But ain't nobody ready, because if it really went down, it'll never be a combat. It won't be hand to hand. If it really went down, it's over. The world as we know it today would be over, because they definitely gonna let those nukes off. It would be over. Belinda says, I call my mama mother. I think mother is rather dignified. I like mother. Mother. That's good. I like that. But I'm talking about mommy. I'm talking about a boy. I'm talking about a teenage boy or a grown man still calling his mama mommy. Mommy. That don't sound right to me. That don't sound right. Where the U.S. keeps China honest is the U.S. have military bases set up all over the world. And and they have a heavy presence, like close to China, where China will have to do some things to get their their artillery over here. They're gonna have to, it's gonna take a minute to get it over here, and they'll be able to shoot some of that stuff out the sky. But the U.S. is on the ground in Asia. The U.S. is on the ground in Europe. The U.S. is on the ground in Africa. They posted up everywhere. So the U.S. might have an edge. If you look at it like that, you could say that the U.S. might have an edge there. But at the end of the day, you're still talking about the end, because when you let them nukes off, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah, I met Diddy a couple times. Diddy played, but he didn't play. He hosted a party at one of my clubs a couple of times. So yeah, I met him. I guess I met him a few times. BB Rock, what up? Swoosh. 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 Robin Rob. Angel Dreams. Oh, yeah, that's right, Brenda. Good point, Brenda Hayes. So we haven't even started talking about all of the Chinese people that live in America, who have come to America, that set up shop. They got whole towns now called Chinatown. If something really was to go down, if it really was to go down, whose side you think they're going to be on? Who you think they're rocking with? OG Quincy Jones say they're going to poison the food. They're going to poison the food, nails, and clothes. Well, they could get quite a few Americans if they did that. Nah, they're not going to ride out Mel. They're going to ride on America. Those Chinese people, if America went to war with China, the Chinese people going to ride with China. They're going to ride right over America. It's people here that's right now, they just here for the opportunity. So if they get a chance to ride on America, now they take over all the opportunity. They put themselves in positions of power. They're going to take advantage of that. It's going to be over. It's going to be a wrap. I don't think most people here, most Chinese people here hate their government or here because they hate their government and love America's government more. I think most of them are here for opportunity. Most of them come here to get money. That's why when they're here, most of them send their money back to China. And then when they get older, when they get in their twilight years, they leave America. They actually leave and go set up shop in China. Let me ask y'all something. How often have y'all seen old Chinese people in America? Like old. I'm not talking about 50s or 60s. I'm talking about 80s and 90s. How often have you seen like really old elderly people in America? You don't see them. You don't see them because they go back home. If they loved America so much, they wouldn't be getting on the plane going back home after they collect all their funds. They get their money and they go back home. Who was that? Kalea. Kalea got a good point to say that you won't see soul food restaurants in China, Saudi Arabia, India, etc. They come to the poor neighborhoods and capitalize off the poor. Family, what do you think the chances of survival for somebody black going to Saudi Arabia, India, or China and opening up a soul food restaurant? You think a soul food restaurant could do well in any of those countries? What do y'all think? So y'all don't tend to think that a soul food restaurant would survive in any of those countries. Yeah, I would find it very difficult. I think it would be very difficult for a soul food restaurant to survive in any of those countries. Big Mama's Pakistani kitchen. Man, it might be a kitchen out there called that. It might be something out there called Big Mama's Pakistani kitchen. Let's see. It sounds like something that would be in New York. You got a Big Mama's kitchen. You got Big Mama's home cooking in Missouri City, Texas. You got, let's see. You got best Pakistani restaurants. You got Big Mama's Black Chinese soul food. I'm messing with you. What if they had something out there like that? Big Mama's Black Chinese Soul Food. You have people stopping just to go see, just to go inside and see what it look like. Let me see, man, what does the decor look like in here? Big Mama's Black Chinese Soul Food. Mr. John Hunter, what up? Sam Poole. Was it Leonard Taylor? Big Mama's, I might need to go ahead on and trademark that, man. You know, Big Mama's Black Chinese Soul Food. Big Mama's Black Chinese Soul Food and pork chops. Woo, man. Big Mama's Black Chinese Soul Food and pork chop dinners. Oh man, you put the right name together, and if the food is just decent, you'll do well. Like, I'm gonna give you a name right now. I'm gonna give y'all a free one. This is a good name for a restaurant. If you want to open up a soul food restaurant, this is a good name. This is a dope name. Pork chops and Kool-Aid. Think about it. Think about it. It's hard to find a black person who don't love Kool-Aid. As bad as it is for you, it's not something you can drink every day. And pork chops, you know, pork chops, you know, if you're not a Muslim, even if you're Muslim, even if you is a Muslim, pork chops are delicious when cooked right. Smothered pork chops and Kool-Aid. Smothered pork chops and Kool-Aid. Now, we don't need smothered. Pork chop, you'll know they're smothered once you get inside. Pork chops and Kool-Aid, soul food restaurant. Pork chops and Kool-Aid, soul food restaurant. Man, I bet you if somebody opened up a pork chops and Kool-Aid, I bet you it'd take off. Smother those pork chops. I ain't gonna lie, fam. I don't really eat pork, but I'm gonna go check it out one time. I gotta test it at least one time. I'm gonna check it out at least one time. And I probably never go back. But I gotta go check it out at least once. Pork chops and Kool-Aid. That's the name of the restaurant. It'll be a hit, I'm telling you. Midget Mike, Julian Bird, what up? The infamous S. Take your glucose monitor with you. You dig? John Rose says, no swine for me. Okay, let's say if it wasn't swine. Let's let's say, what could we replace pork chops with? Something that is universally liked, not chicken. And it's too common. Chicken is too common. But everybody like chicken now. Don't get me wrong. Everybody, not just black people. Everybody love chicken. Chicken is sold all over the world, and it's consumed by the tons daily all over the world. So, but not chicken. Let's think of something else, and not steak. Because steak sounds expensive. Steak is Kool-Aid. Hold on, that might steaks and Kool-Aid. Nah, but that don't sound like soul food. It's got to sound like soul food. What's a soul food? Something that says soul food. Yams and Kool-Aid. Oh, that sounds like too much sugar. Sound like a diabetic attack. That sounds like too much sugar. Has to sound like soul food. What are some meats that people like to eat? What's a beef? Something beef, turkey legs and Kool-Aid. Turkey legs and Kool-Aid. Turkey legs and Kool-Aid. Now, turkey legs don't sound exciting enough. Don't sound exciting enough. Beef, something in the beef. Come on, y'all, help me out, fam. Help me out. Let's think of some other names. It's got to be a meat though. I think it needs to be a meat. Smothered wings and Kool-Aid. Smothered wings and Kool-Aid. Wings and Kool-Aid. Yeah, wings don't sound soul food. Just wings alone. Smothered wings sounds like soul food. Smothered chicken and Kool-Aid, but we said we don't want to use chicken. Duck don't sound like soul food. What can we use? We got turkey, beef, ham is pork. Got to work on that one. Got to work on that. Smothered beef wings, smothered beef. Got barbecue ribs. Ribs and Kool-Aid. Ribs and Kool-Aid. You can do beef ribs and Kool-Aid. Ribs and Kool-Aid. Ribs? Nah, barbecue and Kool-Aid. Still, barbecue don't sound soulful. It's got to be something that people want to eat also every day. Like it can't be something like pork. It's got to be something. What we got? You got brisket. That still don't sound soulful. It's got to sound soulful. Collard greens and Kool-Aid. Collard greens and Kool-Aid. Cornbread and Kool-Aid. It's got to sound like something that you can eat with Kool-Aid, something that goes with Kool-Aid, that you can eat with Kool-Aid. It's got to sound like something like that. So I wouldn't want to just be eating cornbread and Kool-Aid or eating just yams and Kool-Aid. It's got to have something. Kool-Aid, we know Kool-Aid straight in. We got that. We need that meat. Fam, we might have to just go with pork chops and just sell other stuff besides pork chops. You know what I'm saying? Like pork chops and Kool-Aid, that's the specialty. But we sell other stuff. Sell everything else, all the other soul food. That might have to be. That's just gonna have to be the name. Although me personally, I wouldn't want to own a company called Pork Chops with pork because I don't eat pork like that. But I wouldn't want to be reminded of pork like that. I wouldn't want to just be specializing in pork, feeding people pork by the ton. I got to work on that. I'll work on that title. In the meantime, fam, I appreciate y'all for joining the live. That's my time. I will provide you some updates, continue to provide updates. And if I get any breaking news today, I'll come back live a little later to share that information with y'all. Appreciate you joining the live. Have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Until next time, family, no more talk.